Been a long time since Homestead. I know it's snowing where some people are, but we're going racing live on TNT. Race fans, winter's over, and the new season has begun. Schrader leads the first lap.
Isn't this fantastic, seeing these race cars back at Daytona?
Schrader takes the point. Now, these guys will be real patient this first segment anyway. They're just getting the cars up to speed right now and feeling things out. You won't see a whole lot of aggression here this first segment.
It's a 20-lap segment. Your scoring loop at the top will count down to the final lap of the first segment. 1 lap complete, 19 to go.
I thought that Elliott Sadler on the outside was going to get left, but looks like he is fighting back on the outside with a car right behind him. And that car is Scott Riggs.
An update from Alan Bestman.
Bill, just before the start of the race, Tom Baldwin, Elliott Sadler's new crew chief, came on the radio. This was a car that thought they could win the Daytona 500 pole earlier today. It didn't work out. He came on the radio, told Elliott and the team, I know we're disappointed we didn't get that trophy, but we've got a lot of racing left to do this week, including this one. Marty?
Alan, meantime, the man right behind him is Jimmy Johnson. Chad Knaus told me this morning, we're trying an experimental setup. They won this race last year. He said, you know, I think the setup might work for the Daytona 500, but I won't know until we run it today. We'll find out. Matt?
To win this race, Marty, many drivers will say you've got to go on the aggressive approach, as Tony Stewart was battling side by side trying to take that lead. But before the drivers walked out on the stage, he pulled his young teammate Denny Hamlin aside. He said, this is your opening day to try to earn respect. Be patient. Don't make any zigzaggy, aggressive type moves. Show these guys that you can run with them, and it will help out later in the week.
Big test for guys with little experience on a restrictor plate track.
5-car, Kyle Busch in the middle of that pack, was in the middle coming off of turn 2. Looked like he got a little bit sideways there. Man, you've got to be careful when you're in the middle there. You need to keep your line and not make any mistakes. Dave?
And Wally, do you remember how you described Kyle Busch in last year's Pepsi 400?
Yes.
The most fun car to watch?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be that way again today. Spoke to him yesterday, and he felt like the car was going to be able to go to the front. It drives well, and Kyle is not afraid to be aggressive on this track.
Kyle Busch in that 5-car, the CarQuest machine, right behind the 24 of Jeff Gordon. I got the impression from when he talked to you, Benny, that Michael planned to stay back there for the first 20 laps. Watch and see what happens, and if you have a big wreck, he's going to pick up a bunch of positions.
Oh, there we go. They're looking. Stewart looking, but nope. Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car on the high side. He's going to get some help from his teammate here, Jeff Gordon, in just a second.
Marty.
Hey, guys, here's how much respect drivers get sometimes, Wally, and you know about this. Kevin Harvick just radioed his team, said my entire inside of the car is filled with smoke. There was no response from the crew. I just asked the crew chief, I just said, are you guys going to talk to him and find out what's going on? He said, no, not until he tells me what's going on, or he smells a specific smell, but we're not going to ask until we have to.
Marty, I just heard him say something about the rear end gear.
Yeah, I heard that too while we were talking, BP, so it sounds like it might be a rear end gear problem for Harvick.
Jimmy, that's a very distinctive smell. That's not, you don't confuse that with anything else.
Battle for the lead, and it's Johnson and Gordon working together and going to the front.
Teammates from Hendrick Motorsports in that high line.
Whoa, 99 down on the apron. Carl Edwards going into 3. That could be tricky.
Handling is critical here at Daytona. Johnson trying to lead a lap.
Got 3 Hendrick Motorsports cars lined up on the outside.
Boy, that 26 car, Jamie McMurray, looks pretty strong, BP.
Yes, he does. He looked good the other night practice, Friday night practice.
Lee Johnson in the 48, Jeff Gordon in the 24, Brian Vickers in the 25. Marty on Gordon.
Hey, Bill, those Hendrick cars are muscling their way to the front. Jeff Gordon pushing Jimmy Johnson. And we told you earlier, Jimmy Johnson running a little bit of an experimental setup, trying something for the Daytona 500. His teammate, Jeff Gordon, doing the same things. Look, these guys may have hit on something for the 500.
Well, they're hitting on each other, and that's helping.
And Matt and I, that conversation we had with Bob Osborne the other day, the crew chief on the 99 car, he showed us the front end on the 99 car, and it looked like a cow catcher right behind the bumper that you see with 2-inch bars, so they can go up and pound on those cars in front of you.
You do. In this type of racing, you hammer the guy in front of you. When you're going down the backstretch, you get a draft on the guy in front of you, and you just pound on his rear bumper. And
Trouble! Brian Newman is around. Several cars involved.
Hold on.
Oh, we're going to get the inside wall, aren't we? Yes, we did, I think.
It's Dale Jarrett in the 88. Casey Kane in the 9. Caution is out. Field is frozen. Brian Vickers, heavy damage to his car.
See, he's right there underneath McMurray. He backed out a little bit. I think McMurray got a little bit sideways, though, after Vickers got into him, and chain reaction.
Also looked like Mark might have gotten into the back of the 25 when maybe the 25 lifted.
Well, the 26 of McMurray got sideways when Vickers got into him, and McMurray probably had to lift a little bit. We'll watch again here. You see he's getting him sideways.
Yeah, just that little bit of touch on the left rear quarter bumper on that 26 car.
Kyle Busch in the 5 is right behind the 25. This is Jarrett trying to make a move.
And you know, when you're following a guy and there's something happens 2 cars ahead, we talked about this the other night, it's very difficult to see through these cars right now. I mean, you're looking through the windshield. See, when you're driving, you can't see what's really going on in front of you, directly in front of the car. He did a good job right there getting through that.
Trouble in front, all clear all around.
Now on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Still inside. Oh, Rick.
Through the grass.
Wow, Junior did even a better job.
Thanks, Dave. 50 laps to go in the Budweiser Shootout. We're under green. Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car on the high side. Ken Schrader in the 21.
Wow, looked like the 48 car was going to drive by the 21 on the outside, and I don't know. Well, now the 21 is coming back.
Now they're still getting up to speed.
Takes a lap or so to get up to full speed because these are restricted motors in these cars.
The high side is pretty strong.
Boy, is it going somewhere.
Don't get below that yellow line there, Mr. Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin in the 11, a Nextel Cup rookie. We saw Carl Edwards get penalized for going below the yellow line and making a pass.
So Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, easily in front.
Mark Martin in 3rd. No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're here for you,
Where did he
Wally.
come from?
He was there.
Here comes Elliott Sadler. He's in 5th spot, trying to work his way back to the front.
Then they're 3 wide behind the first 6. Well, that outside lane really took off this time, didn't it?
Oh, sure did.
Busch in the 5 car.
Oh, Mark Martin
man, oh man,
up
there
the
we
hill.
go. Wow, what a great job Mark Martin did of saving that race car.
And what was all that smoke back there?
I bet that's tire smoke from somebody getting trapped in that.
Looks like a
traffic
Jeff
line.
Gordon.
It is. The 24 car of Jeff Gordon.
Got a left front, probably cut down.
Marty.
Jeff came on the radio and said, guys, we have a left front going down. The caution is now out. He said, we have to change this.
If it doesn't blow before he gets to pit lane.
And tear the fender off.
Field is frozen under caution. Remember, it will be a double file restart.
Looks like Elliott Sadler got under the 6 car of Mark Martin. And Kyle Busch going for the lead on the outside.
He got a big push from the 20 car of Tony Stewart just there.
And Mark Martin got out of the gas to stay out of trouble.
And Carl Edwards is in no man's land, 3 wide with no help at all behind him. I'm sure that hole looked good when he jumped in there, but it doesn't look good now.
No points. This is an all-star race. More than $200,000 to the winner and a lifetime invitation to this event.
Carl's not giving it up. He dove to the outside, up in 3 and 4. He's still out there.
He's got smoke coming out there. I can't tell if that's smoke or dirt. He's running pretty high.
Could be speedy dry.
There's the 20 car. Stewart on the high side of Jimmy Johnson.
Wow, 20-year-old
pack.
Kyle Busch in the lead. Elliott Sadler behind him in the 38. Dave on Kyle Busch.
I talked to his crew chief, Alan Gustafson, yesterday about this 5 car. I said, how was it for you? And he said, our biggest problem is that we couldn't draw up on other cars and make the pass. So we worked on both aero issues on the body and our carburetor. We feel like we can pass today, and now he's the leader. Alan?
Elliott Sadler's crew chief Tommy Baldwin told me just before the restart, minor adjustments on this car during the break. They have a very good race car. They think they can win. He's showing some strength.
Hey, Alan, why did he fall back in that first 20-lap segment?
Just got shuffled out of line, BP, and being careful. They don't pay the money until the last lap, right?
Okay, you're right.
There's Junior down on the bottom. Getting squeezed down on the bottom.
Elliott Sadler jumps up high. Junior goes by. Michael Waltrip trying to stay on his bumper.
That was a block.
That was a big-time block by Elliott Sadler in that 38 car. Because I was so impressed with Michael Waltrip. It looked like he was going to struggle to keep up with Junior, but he got on the back bumper of that 8 car, and they were going somewhere.
You think Elliott wanted to get behind the 8?
I think he did.
37 laps to go.
I think the 8 wants to get by the 5.
That 5 car can be tough to pass.
Boy, that's some serious blocking there, isn't
I
it?
guarantee you that 8 car will lay the bumper to him if he keeps doing that.
Now the backstretch. On board with Junior. Trying to get a run on the 5 of Kyle Busch. He's got it. Dale Earnhardt Jr. loves to drive the high side here at Daytona.
Jeff Gordon said it in his interview a moment ago that you can't pass on the outside. We'll see if Junior can.
He didn't really have enough help up there. He had a good run going, but Elliott Sadler wasn't close enough to keep him in the draft. Now he's got Jimmy Johnson behind him. And there goes Waltrip into second spot.
Michael thought about popping up high to see if Junior would latch onto his bumper, and that might happen on the backstretch. Marty.
Well, it wasn't long ago, Bill. Jimmy Johnson was up front. Now he's had to work his way back up to the front. The biggest problem for Jimmy Johnson, he's lost the guy that he was going to pit with, Jeff Gordon. Now out of the race, so Chad Knaus had to go make a deal with Ken Schrader's car and also Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car so they could pit at the same time. Alan?
Look at Denny Hamlin in his first ever Nextel Cup Series restrictor plate race, challenging for second place in the 11 car on the inside. His crew chief Mike Ford told me this race was all about friendships and relationships, showing he could behave himself in the draft as a rookie to get the veterans to draft with him in the Daytona 500 next week. Denny's been on the radio 2 or 3 times during this race, saying our car's even better than it was in practice. I can get to the front. He's doing it.
Got help too. Tony Stewart.
Michael Waltrip started this 50-lap segment in 14th position.
And has worked his way up to and took the lead on the last lap in that 55 car.
Michael on the high side.
And look at this Michael Waltrip go. Wow, unbelievable.
Allen on Mikey.
Yeah, Bill, this is a driver who believes he can get the job done here at Daytona. I talked with Michael earlier this week. He said, you know, I'm still the guy that was pushing the pedal to victory lane in 2 Daytona 500s. I may have a new team, but we've got good cars, good engines, and I think we can do it. He's pushed that car all the way to the front after losing the draft in the first segment of the race.
Unscheduled pit stop for Elliott Sadler. Michael Waltrip, the race leader. Denny Hamlin in second. Oh, Tony Stewart contact.
Kyle Busch went down to make that, to try to block the spot. Dave?
Kyle Busch wants to pit. He tried not to get out of line, but the 11 got in under him. They were telling him to wave everybody off, and then he tried to get around Tony Stewart. And we got everybody trying to pit and go around people.
Trying not to wreck. Carl Edwards, the 99 car, had no place to go. They all started slowing up in front of him. And
Matt on Edwards.
Bill, they just told him over the radio that he will have to make a pass through. He said, for what? They said, you passed below the yellow line. He said, I was trying to avoid the crash. And then his spotter, Bobby Hudson, chimed in and said, I'm sure other cars passed us because we slowed down. We'll have to take a look at the tape.
that's what it looked like to me. Let's take a look at it. But everybody slowed up in front. You see him on the bottom there. Now these guys are all slowing down. All Carl Edwards is doing right there is avoiding a wreck. He did not gain any position.
He lost position.
By doing that, he lost 3 positions. I do not understand that one. I guess he could have just wrecked him and then not got penalized, but I mean, that was just avoiding a crash.
I'm not coming. It's wrong.
I wouldn't either. That's Carl Edwards on the radio.
Carl.
Now these two cars, the 48 and 5, are a lap down to Michael Waltrip.
Driver, crew chief, car owner 99 to the NASCAR rig after the race.
Draw line there. Sorry.
What? I'm sure what NASCAR is going to say that he passed the cars, the 5 and 48 that were making a pit stop. He passed those under the yellow line.
But what else was he going to
He's
do
going
in
to
that
pass them
situation?
above the yellow line because they're slowing down to pit road speed.
He's either going to run him over or he's going to do what he did. What he did, he avoided a crash. I don't know any other thing he could have done in that situation.
Be fun talking about for the next week, though. Oh, Jamie McMurray in the 26. Carl Edwards is taking his penalty, his passing penalty on pit road.
At 55 miles per hour. Why didn't he go ahead and pit?
He has to do the pass through anyway.
Oh, got to do both, huh? Well, that's going to hurt.
He's there.
And remember, he banged off the wall earlier. It's Ryan Newman in the 12 right behind him.
Oh,
got to run there.
3 wide.
Did he ever get her? What in the world?
12 car.
Popped him.
That was amazing.
And don't forget, the whole back end of that 12 car was wrinkled up in that accident earlier. A major chassis adjustment last time. 4 rounds on the track bar to get that car moving. I think they found some speed, huh?
Without a doubt.
Michael Waltrip has got a very good handling car right there.
Stewart, heavy on the brakes. Ryan Newman right behind him. Wow, 5 guys to pit road, including Mark Martin. Matt on the 20 of Stewart.
And he leads a host of them, Bill, down pit road. The back bumper pushed in. Shaggy Larson has the wedge wrench in the back window. They're going to make an adjustment. Dave, what about Martin?
Very good car so far, Matty. Just a little bit tight. They wanted to put a little extra air pressure in the right rear tire to help that car turn better. Alan.
Denny Hamlin coming down pit road, following his teammate Tony Stewart. Going to be a 4-tire change. Ahead of him, Joe Nemechek locked his brakes up so badly he had a flat right front tire getting to his pit stall. Wow, that's a tight race.
5 of them off pit road in a pack. And now let's listen in to a conversation with Carl Edwards.
There's no way in hell I'm not pulling in. I don't know how we get penalized for checking up and everybody passes us. We lost spots and we're getting penalized? Not penalized because we're not pulling in. We're gonna lose the lap. I'm not coming. It's wrong. Come down pit road now, Carl. Oh, wrong or not, there are rules. Come down pit road. I'm sorry, buddy. I got to draw the line there. Sorry, man.
But he did come down pit road.
How about Denny Hamlin, the 11 car? His first race in the Nextel Cup car at Daytona, the Budweiser Shootout, he's leading.
Denny Hamlin driving for Joe Gibbs, a teammate with Tony Stewart, the reigning champion, in that 20 car right behind him. See that big yellow mark on the back of his car that indicates he's a rookie.
And he's showing everybody that. That's the view he wants to show them.
You want to know bumper. You want to know I'm a rookie? Well, I'll be out front at Daytona if you want to make sure. See, Hamlin's going to have a problem here in a second.
Oh, Tony Stewart gives a big push to Dale Jr. in the 8 car.
Kyle Busch on the high side.
And I think that
Newman makes it 3 wide going into 1.
I don't think he had a choice. I think he got a shove from the 8 car, and I just don't think Newman's car is that fast in a straight line. It doesn't seem like he's struggling with that rear bumper gone.
I think the 8 car got in the back of the 12 and kind of drove him up into turn 1.
Oh! Earnhardt leaned a little too far to the inside. Tony got by him. And the 55 all over the bumper of the 5. Said it was just for fun. For the lead, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. Marty Snyder.
Marty's going for the lead.
Oh, Matt.
And Tony Stewart said, tell the 11 just to keep it on the bottom. Hold his line. I've got everything else covered. Boy, what a dogfight he's got with the 8 in his mirror, Bill.
Wow. Tony Stewart was up there, fell way to the back, worked his way to the front. Now he's on the bumper of his teammate again. Marty?
You're exactly right. Tony wants to help Denny win the race, like Matt was saying earlier. Tony clicked over to Denny's radio, said, listen here, you worry about your line. Don't worry about anything else. I've got these guys behind you. Trust me, that 11 car wants the 20 in his rearview mirror, but the 20 wants to lead.
Got some help from Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, in the wall. Who was that, Newman? Newman and McMurray? Yep. 12 car in the wall. It's got smoke coming off the right front.
Mark Martin underneath. That's Ryan Newman in the 12. Falling back.
And Tony Stewart, the 20 car, has the lead.
Caution. Caution for debris.
And that's a good point, Bill. Denny Hamlin in the 11 cannot jump Tony Stewart coming down to the line.
And in these restrictor plate races, we have seen Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart work very closely together. Right now, Jr. behind Stewart. 2 to go.
Last time by Jimmy Johnson, the last time he was on the outside of a restart, the 48 car got a terrific start. So you can get another great start and push that 11 by the 20.
He got a pretty good restart, Denny Hamlin in the 11 car, but boy, they are packing up right now.
Johnson pushes Hamlin in front. And Hamlin dives down low.
Good move, Denny Hamlin.
Now can Tony Stewart latch onto the 11?
Got a lap to do it.
Can the 48 get some help from Mark Martin to get in front?
Last lap in the Budweiser Shootout.
The 20 car is just beaten up on the bumper of that 11 car, Denny Hamlin, but that's why. That's what you can do.
Look what a difference it made, Wally. 2 car lengths that drove him by the 48.
Only 4 times has a first-time starter in this race gone to victory lane. The last time, Dale Jarrett in 1996.
And here comes Junior on the outside on the last lap.
Big run on the outside. Does he have enough?
Off the final turn in the Budweiser Shootout. The season starts with fireworks. Denny Hamlin, the rookie, wins the Budweiser Shootout.
And second was Tony Stewart. One says Stewart and one says Earnhardt Jr.
That's how a rookie earns respect at Daytona.
And tremendous credit to Tony Stewart, who helped his teammate.
That is unbelievable.
He can't get that window net down fast enough. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a wave.
Jimmy Johnson congratulated him.
You don't see many donuts on that 11 car, do you?
Sure don't.
He did it clean. Long road. Long, long road.
Right, when Joe Gibbs hired him, they weren't even looking for Denny Hamlin. He said, you know what? If you need someone to help you with some Busch Series testing, I can help you out there. They called him a month later. He had a ride. Here he is winning at Daytona in the NASCAR Cup Series.